Welcome. It's so wonderful to have you here, and I'm super psyched that you're joining me today. I'm Kimberly Sumner, the online business money coach, and it's a pleasure to have you with me here today as we're looking at pricing matters, money love for small business, where pricing can trip us up. So I'm really honored to have you with me here today, and what we're going to be looking at in this 30-minute mini webinar is how pricing can get in your way and some of the simple steps that you need to be aware about or aware of so that you don't get caught out with these little hiccups. So I'm just going to walk you through a bit of a brief slideshow for 15 minutes, talk you through some of the main points, and really I'm going to be talking to you where I'll share some tips with you, some easy little pointers that can help you stay on track so that if you're working really hard and trying to build your small business, your pricing isn't what's getting in your way. So just briefly, a little bit about me. My name's Kimberly Sumner. I'm doing this webinar live from Auckland, New Zealand, where I currently live. I've lived in the States, but New Zealand is home to me. And so I'm beaming this from all over the world to you, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I can help you out today. So I'm just going to share my screen with you. The joys of technology. What I'm going to do is just share a little screen. And there we go. Small business money love. Okay, so small business money love. What is small business money love? Small business money love is really about how do you create more money doing what you love. So you have your passion, you're really enjoying what you're doing, but you're working really hard and you're not making enough money doing it. And I think this is a common challenge for many of us as we're building our businesses, is the money gets in the way. And so I'm trying to share a few little pointers with you so that you can get the help you need so these are no longer big hiccups. And today we're looking at pricing. Just quickly a bit about me. This is a picture of me just recently with my 3 children. I am married and I have 3 children, a daughter who's nearly 12 and twin boys who are just about 11. So there they are. We're at the Auckland Zoo petting the cheetahs. We had a live viewing with them, and that was amazing. So this is with my family, with my husband Matt at the background, and the children just on a recent trip. So just showing you a little bit about me. I've built a small business with my husband, a successfully thriving family business, but really I got a little tired of sitting behind the scenes on the strategies and the numbers. And I found that it was time to get out and share some of the knowledge that I'd learned in the small business and share it with people like you. And that's what I'm really passionate about. So one of the things that I'm finding with pricing, and I think this is what a lot of my clients ask me about, is where they're focusing a lot on the pricing. And I think it is really important to understand our pricing and where we sit in the marketplace with regard to our pricing relative to our competitors. But I think sometimes we can also get very caught up in pricing and start focusing on the wrong things. And so this point I've brought up here is focus less on price and more on value. If you think about it, as consumers, we're all about how do we like to feel we're getting a good deal. So often when we buy a product, we're less concerned with, so long as it fits within our cash budget and we can fund it, we're less concerned about the actual price and more about the value we're getting in the exchange. Constantly in the back of our minds, we have a dialogue going on that says, I need to make a good decision here. I need this to be I need to be doing this well, and I need to have made the right choice. And even though we don't realize that dialogue's going on, a lot of the time it's sitting in our subconscious. And for that reason, in our purchasing behavior, often we're buying less on the price and more on a sense of getting a good deal in the exchange. So I found with myself, I found this with many of the clients I'm coaching, as long as you understand where you sit in the marketplace and your price is sort of somewhat reflective of that, then start to get less hung up on the price and more about on the value. And when I'm talking about value, what I mean here is, what are you giving your clients for the price? Where is that sense of value they're getting in? How are you packaging your product so that for this price, they're getting this and this and this thrown in together? And this, the value of this might be, say, $197 or $297 or $300, but you're giving it to them for this price, for this time, and that is a special deal that they get as taking advantage of an opportunity in that moment. People like to feel they've made a good deal, really, and so that's what it comes down to. The other thing with this is we need to give our clients options. Options are really important because everyone does have a budget, and people want to feel empowered and in control of making a decision that is right for them within their budget and is right for them in a given time frame. So what you'll find, and I've found with many of my clients and for myself too, we offer options with our products, with our service offerings. That's all well and great, but what's really important is then that you price your offering or the option you're giving in the pricing of the option is reflecting the value you're giving. So if you're giving sort of the premium service, you're charging the premium option. If you're giving the sort of more bread and butter version option, because that's what your client wants in this particular thing, that's what they're paying for. So there's not a sense of you charging or providing an option of the premium one, but then charging them the bread and butter price. You need to make sure that you're getting equally recompensated for the value that you're providing. So I think this is a really, really important thing. You might have 3 different options, and you're providing and giving your customers and your clients control with the options that they choose, but the service level or the value you're providing is then a fair exchange with what they're paying in the option. And you'll notice there I've put payment options as well. And this is because it's really important that you give your clients payment options. Sometimes they won't have ready cash on hand for a high value product. So it's critical that they can pay over a period of months, say, or payment terms that suit them. But you need to charge for that. If you're turning a sort of a 6-month product coaching plan that they're paying for, and you're doing this in a way where they're paying that on a monthly basis, you have an administrative cost and you have a cost in the time value of your money that is being deferred through sort of regular payments. You have your bills that you need to pay, and so your clients need to pay you as well. And if they're going to pay on option terms, it's really, really important that you charge additionally for this. Packaging for higher value. Now, this last point is just really important because it probably, if you were to think about it, costs the same amount of money to make one sale as it does to, roughly, we're talking roughly here. If I know I've got 100 people, if I'm selling to one person, one of my ideal clients, something of value that's worth $1,000, and it might say cost me in terms of my time, in terms of getting that sale built in, it costs me a certain amount of money. So if I am selling to 10 clients or a much lesser value of $100, even though I'll end up with the same amount of money, it costs me a lot more in the second option because there's all my time invested in getting all those 10 people on board for a sale. So it makes far more financial sense for you if you package for a higher value. And I think this is really key for you to keep in mind, that there is a cost to making the sale in terms of your time, either your time or someone you're delegating to. There is a time factor in the sale. And so for this reason, the more you focus on higher values in your sales, the more profitable and the more money you're going to make in your business. And this is just something to really keep in mind. So just going forward, looking at our numbers, a lot of people don't think numbers are so that important or that they really want to pay attention to, but really our numbers, they show us where we go off track, and they show us where, they give us a sense of how our business is going so that we can put our energy into the place for maximum impact. That's really important. We're putting our energy into the right places because it's them that we're going to make a successful business. And so when we have clarity over our numbers, we can make much better decisions. So one little exercise here you can do is just paying attention to the cost of your time and any direct costs you incur from a promotional perspective to make a sale. And if you can do that, you can track how much it costs you to make a sale of, say, $1,000 or a sale of $500. And from that, you can get a sense of, well, if it costs me this to make the sale, I'm far better. The better use of my time is focusing on ideal clients who are happy to pay for my services at a much higher value. And so that's where we go and look at our numbers. Unfortunately, we've all got these challenges and these little blind spots that get in our way. And don't worry, we all have them. We overextend the value we provide. We have a sense that we're not good enough, or we need to provide more than what we get. And so we might want to prove ourselves, provide value, be liked, and then we don't get a fair exchange. That's where we can get in the way. You just want to make sure that's not happening for you. A sense of I'm not worth it. And this is where money beliefs are really important. Just examining those money beliefs that you've got going on. We accommodate without charging for it. So someone says to us, oh, would you mind if I pay over this many weeks? And we want to accommodate, and we allow that to happen. And we do that without charging for it because we want to be helpful. But we're running a business, so we're not running a charity, and it's not going to offer you any good value if in doing this you're not going to you're not going to get a fair value for your exchange. If you don't get fair value, you're not going to create the success with your business that allows you to deliver it to more people. So I think we're just paying attention to where you're accommodating clients without charging for it. You're worth more than this, you deserve more than this, and this is the key to your success. Finally, just unaware of the emotional connection between pricing and quality. So, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but for some of you, sometimes, or actually all of us, sometimes we forget that there is a connection between price and quality. And yes, you want to price in a way that's a stretch, not a stutter for you, but at the same time, if you discount, you'll be seen as a lower end brand. So it's getting the balance between giving a sense of value to your clients, yet at a high end quality. I think that's really important. So that sense of balance, and I'll say it again, between giving a sense of value to your clients, but also being perceived as giving a high-end quality good. And if you can get that balance right, you're doing great. So I'm going to cut it short actually here, because this is really just a test run through today, and I actually can't see any questions on the line on my chat room. So we are going to call this short. We're going to be doing this each week on Monday. Bring your questions. Be delighted to answer them for you. Bring a friend and check me out over at happinessblindspot.com. I'm Kimberly Sumner. It's wonderful to have you with me here today. It's been a pleasure. It's an honor. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.